Apparently, Wendy Williams, in a real sense, got away from mortal risk when she separated from her significant other, Kevin Hunter. As per Kanye West, who was known for his capacity to stun individuals with his assertions, the gradual decay of Wendy's psychological and actual well-being was arranged by the Hollywood elites and executed by her ex Kevin Hunter. Until he bombed all around, was Wendy really the new objective and the conceivable casualty of the business? We should dive into this story. Howdy everybody, and welcome back to Celeb Live channel. I keep my eyes on the most shameful occasions in Broadway and continuously present to you the most blazing updates. So it seems like Wendy Williams scarcely got away from the absolute worst result by separating from Kevin, as Kanye West as of late indicated the Hollywood elites were wanting to forfeit the previous television host, and apparently her ex was assisting them with executing this horrendous arrangement. Stay with me for the rest of this video so you won't miss any detail. Well, we as a whole realize that Wendy Williams has been affected by her ex for a long time, and she even declined to openly recognize his controls of her. However, apparently Kevin was in excess of a chronic miscreant and a mooch. Assuming we accept Kanye West's story, Wendy Williams has been picked as the survivor of the business elites, and her concerns with liquor misuse and mental meltdown were not brought about by disloyalty. Just regardless, after just about 3 years of being separated from, she actually gives little indications of progress and scant fans with her slightness and shortcoming. It seems like long stretches of living with Kevin harmed her beyond what we can envision, and the recuperation might take more time than everybody expects. Well, Kanye's words check out now, yet this isn't. Whenever we first are being cautioned about the expected danger to Wendy's life, a long time back, Charlemagne, the god who was a dear companion of Williams and co-facilitated her public broadcast, previously attempted to caution her about the threatening impact of her ex by saying, "I don't with Kevin. I believe he's a horrendous person." He communicated his interests about Wendy, and he added, "I trust Wendy Williams awakens before one day she doesn't awaken." Seems like Wendy truly awakened and figured out how to break liberated from the poisonous individuals that have been encompassing her, yet in the process she lost everything. The new past has been extremely rough for Wendy, as well, being individual, expert, monetary, familial, and surprisingly, heartfelt misfortunes appear to have tormented her life. At the same time, clearly Kanye trusts that this everything was playing, and the previous television have figured out how to save the most valuable thing that far life, yet even after her therapy, fans are as yet worried about her prosperity, imagining that her well-being is unavoidably demolished. Concern mounted after photographs and recordings of the previous television have strolling around New York City surfaced. All that from Wendy's nonverbal communication to her look started worry among fans. Many individuals saw that in spite of her brilliant grin and the craving to model for photographs, she battles to remain on her feet, and requirements help strolling. The people who have seen the recording have paid heed to her protruding eyes and question what's up with their number one sovereign of top fans. Hypothesized that she hasn't yet recuperated from the outcomes of her harmful relationship with Kevin, who never thought often about her prosperity appropriately, since he permitted her to yield to her addictions. Well, it appears to be more than conceivable that Wendy was designated by the Hollywood elites and was the following individual to get wiped out, assuming we accept the expressions of Treats West. This is a typical practice for the individuals who ruled the business, and obviously Wendy Williams was not significant to them any longer, perhaps making her powerless and debilitated and driving the television host to miss the biggest piece of her syndicated program was the underlying arrangement from the beginning, and her different well-being problems were very convenient. Wendy has been concealing her determination for a long time, yet starting around 2017, after she blacked out during her show, fans were raising worries, and she settled on a choice to be genuine about the well-being battles that have totally steered her profession and life. As she put it, well, assuming that you see me in an air terminal, you'll resemble is that Wendy in a wheelchair. That's right, I couldn't actually stroll to city blocks. You realize you got the deadness, and so forth. It's not repairable. Furthermore, she additionally experiences lymphedema and grave sickness, and was presumably seeming to be an obvious objective. And the saddest thing in the whole story is that she let individuals who were to hurt her and obliterate her into her life, yes. I'm discussing her ex, Kevin Hunter, who was tenacious in making her life-living damnation in any event. When they were hitched, he straightforwardly betrayed her and didn't actually attempt to conceal his relationships. What's more, he wasted her cash on his escort. And the most terrible piece of everything is that he attempted to control Wendy at any level, including her eating regimen, as Kanye generally expresses. The primary intent to kill awkward individuals is to cure them until they go distraught. Well, that is precisely exact thing happened to Wendy, assuming we judge by her new conduct in several the previous years. Many individuals express their interests about Hunter's pessimistic effect on his better half, and some of them even thought that he was harming her with drugs. One individual remarked, I keep thinking about whether Kevin was slipping something in Wendy's food or drink. And someone else concurred and added, wouldn't put it past him, he was her overseer. Yet couldn't monitor her even in the wake of breaking liberated from Kevin's poisonous impact. Wendy didn't give numerous indications of progress. Her new photographs and recordings are excruciating to see, and I accept this is the result of how Kevin was treating her such a long time. As one individual composed on Twitter, Wendy Williams looks so unwell to me. Everybody's building her up like she's carrying on with her best life. Yet I don't get that energy by any stretch of the imagination. Definitely expect she's okay. Wendy's present status and Kevin's threatening activities just demonstrate Kanye West's hypothesis of Wendy being designated. Evidently, it was Kevin's principal errand to gradually drive his significant other to an early grave. Yet he fizzled when she broke liberated from his spell and got separated. And as insane as it might sound, Katie is certain that the business elites continually attempt to dispose of rich and compelling individuals on the off chance that you didn't know. Kanye himself was in this position where he was focused on and later named as insane. So presently he shouts out and cautioned his kindred superstars about the potential assaults against them. I couldn't say whether Wendy trusts these reports, yet I surmise she ought to unquestionably choose individuals she permits to enter her life. One thing I'm almost certain of is that Kevin Hunter, whether he was following up on his own or following the orders of rich elites, was no decent for Wendy, and just caused her torment and experiencing great. He was positively remaining with her in light of cash, yet you realize he could constantly stay under the radar and claim to be mindful and cherishing. Rather, he was causing everything to debilitate Wendy, both genuinely and intellectually. Individuals who worked with them on the show over and again expressed that Kevin was a terrible impact and regularly acted unreasonably. And surprisingly, threatening. Sooner or later individuals began to see that Wendy